Assalamu alaikum, I'm Joe Bradford and welcome to Inside My Library. Today we're going to talk about the book Genghis Khan and the Making of the Modern World by Jack Weatherford. It was printed in 2004. And as you've guessed, this is about Genghis Khan, probably one of the most influential figures in history. Now we'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment, but if this is your first time here on my channel, I do book reviews every Wednesday, so be sure to subscribe to my channel below and enable alerts. Now back to this book. This is an amazing book. It's split into three parts. The very first part of the book gives us the personal history of Genghis Khan. We learn his story, how he grew up, how he rose from adversity in childhood to lead his people. The second part talks about the sibling rivalry after his death, where his four children fought over his legacy, and that caused his empire, his vast empire, to fracture. And then lastly, we talked about the consolidation of the empire under Kublai Khan, whose political ingenuity, not military power, allowed him to retake much of what he had lost of his father's empire. Genghis Khan does not have a good reputation, it goes without saying. Generally, he's portrayed as ruthless and bloodthirsty. His name evokes images of mass slaughter, skulls stacked in piles as memorials to his pillage and conquest. He would leave entire regions behind him in blood, if we're to believe what was said. But in this book, Weatherford will change your mind. Let's just say that this book is very engaging, superbly written, and will really give you a new perspective on the Mongols. Not only did the Mongols destroy through war, but they also built civilizations. When we think of the vast numbers of dead being left in the wake of conquest, in reality, the numbers are somewhat overestimated, and they fit neatly into a calculated propaganda campaign by Genghis Khan and the Mongols to strike fear into the hearts of those in neighboring regions that they basically had on a list and were slated for conquest. Many histories written in Arabic and Persian relate inflated numbers. You can even hear these numbers recited verbatim by popular preachers today in those languages, warning of the existential threat posed by invading forces. In reality, Mongol taboos and religious beliefs surrounding death and what it meant to die meant that they probably didn't slaughter and torture entire populations. That was something that was just abhorrent to them. So if all of these people didn't die, what happened to them? Well, some did die, a lot in fact, but it wasn't the millions that were depicted. The Mongols would kill off the aristocrats and the military leadership, obviously those who could challenge them, and then they would divide the rest of the people up according to how they could best serve the empire. So artisans, craftsmen, entertainers and the like would be taken captive, and they would be dispersed throughout the kingdom or the empire and taught to perfect their form. People who were in the labor force would be enlisted into the army, and they would basically become servicemen of those who were out doing the fighting. So while it seemed that whole populations were laid to waste, in reality, they were shifted in service of the new empire. So what happened because of this? What did the distribution of skilled labor to various regions mean to this burgeoning empire? It meant that the Mongols gave us the first international postal service. It meant that they solidified trade routes. They were at the forefront of cultural exchange. Soon people in Europe were eating noodles and people in China were eating lemons. And people in the Middle East expanded their spice trades. Paper money was introduced as currency. The Silk Road was opened to vast areas for trade that were previously underutilized or even untouched. There were many social reforms as well. Taxes were lowered, so people had an impetus to be part of the empire. Freedom of religion was granted, and the customs of the conquered peoples were generally respected as well in the Mongol Empire. Genghis Khan wrote something called the Yasa, which became the Mongol code of law because he saw that Mongol customs were not enough for this very diverse people that he had conquered. Now that idea of the Yasa or the Mongol legal code became a thorn in the side of Muslim scholars after the conquest of the Middle East by Hulagu Khan, who was Genghis's grandson. It'd be interesting to compare depictions of the Yasa in medieval Islamic writings and the actual contents of that legal system as recorded by the Mongols themselves and the other peoples that they conquered as In one sense, it's presented as antithetical to Islamic belief, and on the other, it's presented as this universalist code. So in reality, the Mongols were much more tolerant than they're given credit for. They were much more tolerant than many other places in the world at that time, and the contributions that they made, either by fate or by force, contributed greatly to the making of the modern world as we know it. This book is a very readable book. It's one that'll give you a new perspective on a period of history still shrouded by inaccurate information. Thanks for watching. If you've read this book and you have a similar title that you think might be a better read, let's hear from you in the comments. What did you think about this video and think about the content that's presented therein? Let's hear from you, and I'll see you next time on Inside My Library.